Hey there guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video, as you can see on the to-do list behind me, I want to get a few things done in today's video. So the first thing I want to get done in today's video is build up the drilling rig that I talked about in the last video, so we can pick up all the ice we need to go ahead and then refine all that ice into the hydrogen that we need. And then the other thing I want to add some hydrogen tanks to the gas station in case we're making too much hydrogen. I don't want it all to go to waste, so I want to add some hydrogen tanks for that scenario. And then of course at the end of the video we are going to be mining and refining a lot of ice as soon as the drilling rig and the hydrogen tanks are built. And so yeah, those are the main goals for today's video. So let's get started here, and the first thing we are going to be doing is messing around with the drilling rig. So as you can see in the last video, I was kind of playing around with like how I want it to work kind of thing. And actually I thought about it here for the past few days here, and I've come up with a bit of an idea here. So what I was thinking actually is if I put on the bottom here a rotor and a piston. Now the reason why I want to put a rotor on the bottom of here is so it can rotate, so we can have multiple drilling spots in the ground. And obviously a piston so it can go up and down. And then on the top here, like this kind of main arm area, it's just going to be pipe. Like I'm going to get rid of this piston here. And then when coming down, it's going to have also two more pistons and a rotor. It's going to be like a similar design to the other drilling rig I made in another episode a while ago on my moon base. It's going to be very similar to that one. Just the key differences would be I'm going to add a rotor on the bottom of there so it can drill a lot more. So yeah, that's kind of the plan that I had laid out for the drilling rig. So if you just give me a minute here, guys, I'm actually going to make an outline and show you what I'm kind of thinking. Alright, so I just finished making the outline here. So as you can see here, it is similar in design to the one I made a few episodes ago on the moon base. The key differences here though is I didn't put a piston here, but I put a rotor. And also, I believe it is also ever so slightly smaller. I think the one on the moon had 6 drills each side. This one only has 5. Just because I don't think we're going to need all that much ice. And I don't think it'll make that much a difference anyway. So yeah, anyway, so I put one rotor on top of here and 2 pistons, just like the one on the moon. Anyways, so the way that the drilling rig and the gas station in general, the way it's going to work is this is going to mine up the ice. It's going to come into the cargo containers here, and then it's going to get refined in through these O2H2 generators. Then from there it's going to turn into hydrogen, and it's going to go straight into the Enterprise. Or if nothing is parked here, then it'll get refined and be put into the hydrogen tanks that I was talking about building too. Or actually, that wouldn't work because that would require the base to have its own power supply. Because the way I designed this gas station is that it would run off the power of whatever's parked here. But I did put like a wind turbine here just to make sure it doesn't despawn. Because I've had problems in previous survival worlds where I had unpowered stations despawn. So that's why I have the wind turbine here, so when I leave it'll still be powered. Anyway, so that's the general setup of that. And I hope you guys understand what's going on with like the drilling rig and stuff. And again, if you have any questions or anything, just put them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. But yeah, so that is the general idea that I have going on here. So actually the plan is I am going to put the outline down for the hydrogen tanks, and then from there I am going to build up the drilling rig and the hydrogen tanks, if that makes sense. Yeah, I've thought about this now for a few minutes. That's the plan here. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay out what the hydrogen tanks are gonna look like. And actually, before I cut back to that, My general idea right now, or what I'm thinking, is it's going to come off the end of here. Like, it's going to be directly connected to the base. Like, I'm just going to hook, say, 2 or 4 hydrogen tanks just right out the back of the base like that. I just feel like that'll be the most efficient way of doing it. So yeah, I'll cut back to when I get that done. Alright, so here you go. I just put out a basic outline of what the hydrogen tanks are going to look like. And so I think this is a pretty efficient design. So if I ever want to add more hydrogen tanks, I can easily just keep building out this way. But I think 8 large hydrogen tanks on here is going to be more than enough for the gas station. So I'm just going to keep it at 8, or even 4 might even be enough. You know what? I'm going to take it down to 4 just because I think 8 is a bit much. Yeah, there you go. That's a bit better. I think 4 will be enough. Yeah, alright, so that's the plan. We're just going to keep it at 4. So from here, guys, I am actually going to cut back to when I am done welding up the first kind of half of it. So like this top part here. I'm going to cut back to when I'm done welding that. Shouldn't take too long, only about a few minutes. Because it's just pipe and then a rotor. It's this that's going to take like 45 minutes or whatever to get done because of all the assembling and whatever that needs to get done. So yeah, I'm just going to cut back to when I'm kind of done this top part here and give you an update from there. Alright here, so I just finished up the first half, I would call it. So actually, I went a little bit further and actually finished all this and even built up a drill here. So that now it is kind of built up here, you can kind of see what I'm trying to go for. Like as far as like what I want the drilling rig to look like and how I want it to work. And I also have all 4 of the hydrogen tanks in production already. So I am going to be finishing that up pretty soon here. So I am going to finish up the rest of the drills and the hydrogen tanks at the same time. And yeah, you know what guys, I am going to cut back to when the rest of the drills and the hydrogen tanks are completed. Alright, so I just finished up building all the drills and also all the hydrogen tanks for the gas station here. And so now, I was thinking about how this plan was going to work out here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of the hydrogen tanks on the Enterprise on stockpile. So when this starts mining up all the ice, instead of going into these tanks, it'll go into Enterprise tanks first. And then it'll overflow into these ones when those ones are full. Which I think is going to work pretty okay. And yeah, it should work the way I think it should. Anyway, guys, so from here, I am actually going to turn on the drills. So let's just go into here. And I already labeled the base drills here, as you can see. So we're just going to turn them on. And they're going to start drilling. And you're off. There we go, fix that. So now all of the drills are on and they are drilling. Not a whole lot right now, but enough to start getting some of the... There you go, you can see that some of the O2H2 generators are working. So from here, I am actually going to go to this piston and ever so slightly drop it. So we're going to give it 0.1 there, minimum distance. We're gonna drop it 2 meters. Or no wait, is it max distance? It's max distance. Or no wait, it's minimum distance. So yeah, I think I did that correctly. So now we should be mining up a whole ton of ice. So now if I turn around behind me, there you go. All of the O2H2 generators are working and full of ice. So if we even go up here and look at the hydrogen tanks. So if we go to here, hydrogen tanks. And there you go. You can see that they're filling up. Not quite as fast as I thought. I thought they would be filling up much faster than this. Oh, you want to know why? If I go to here and just put stockpile, and then go to hydrogen tank, There you go, it's filling up a bit faster now. Still not quite as fast as I want it to go though. I thought it would go way faster than this. And the drills are broken. Okay, so I think I solved the problem here with the drills. It needs to go up now, which is a bit of a problem, it looks like. Okay, so I think the problem, again, I solved it. So now, if I go ahead and take this maximum distance down to 5, it should now go down to 1.5 meters now. There you go. So now it'll start going down slowly. Okay, so I think I fixed it. That's interesting though. Looks like there's a different type of ice underneath the ice, which is, again, interesting. I didn't actually know that. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna let this run for a little bit here. And real quickly, I just double check here that we are mining up a ton of ice. Looks like we are. Are these running the way I think they are running? I believe they're running the way I think they're running. Are these collecting? No, they're not, because they don't have stockpile on. Good. That's the way I want it to go. Okay, so I think it is working the way it's working. So now if we go into here, yeah, there you go. It's slowly refilling. Very slowly. You see, like, I wish it was a bit faster than that. Are all O2H2 generators on though? Well, all the O2H2 generators are on and they are doing stuff, so we are producing a ton of hydrogen. This is going to take quite a while. And yeah, you know what, guys? I am going to cut back to when either the tanks start filling up a little bit more, or if they're full or whatever, or if anything else interesting happens. So yeah, I'll cut back to when all the hydrogen tanks on the Enterprise are full. Alright guys, so quick update here. So I've left it ran here for, I would say, about 10 or 15 minutes. And we've got a pretty decent amount of hydrogen, I would say. It's only by like, I would say, what is that, 4% more hydrogen in the last 15 minutes, which is pretty good, but it can be better. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add 4 more O2H2 generators onto here. Or actually, before I even do that, that's 500 kilowatts, right? Because if I add too much, then the nuclear reactor on the Enterprise won't be able to power it all. And then that's going to be a problem in itself. So I don't want to add too much on there either. You know what? I don't think 4 is going to be that big a problem. It's only going to be, what, 2 extra megawatts, which isn't that bad. So yeah, you know what, guys? I'm going to cut back to when I add 4 more O2H2 generators. Alright guys, so as you can see here, I made 4 new O2H2 generators on here. So it should be going a lot faster here. And we can actually tell if we just go into here and go into a hydrogen tank. You can see here it is going a bit faster. Not too much faster, but it is definitely going faster, which is good. And I think I am going to do most of this off camera, like filling up the Enterprise and stuff, just because it's not like you guys are missing out on a whole lot. It's just me drilling out some ice and then turning it into hydrogen and filling up the Enterprise. So I am going to do that off camera. And also, I do believe that this is the end of the video here, guys. And so in today's video, we managed to accomplish building a drilling rig to drill up some ice and turn it into hydrogen to then fuel up the Enterprise and even have a bit of a stockpile for later if necessary. So I think we did a lot in today's video, and in the next video I hope to be all fueled up. Like, I hope the Enterprise is going to be all fueled up so we then can continue exploring space and going to any other planets that we haven't discovered yet. Which I think I mentioned in last video, we are halfway to our goal. So we still got, what is that, 4 planets to explore? So yeah, we got a few things that we can do in the next video. But until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you could please like and subscribe to my video, it would mean a lot to me. So yeah, guys, anyways, thank you for watching my video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.